Okay, let's take a look at this one. This is going to be fun. We got a lot of stuff going on here. I've got a product. These are two separate functions multiplied together. I'm going to have to use product rule. And then when I find each derivative, each one of these is a function inside another function. I'm going to have to use chain rule for each of these derivatives. So let's take this one step at a time. Let's call this guy the first, or maybe we'll just call it number one. And this guy, number two. You got to remember product rule. If you have two functions multiplied together and you want their derivative, that's the derivative of the first times leave the second alone, plus derivative of the second times leave the first alone. Don't just memorize it in terms of F and G, because then you'll get confused later. Both of these parts right there, I'm going to have to use chain rule on, because both of these functions are composite functions. There's something inside something else. So let's write this out in a bunch of detail. H prime of x will be the derivative of the first. That's what that prime is. Let me make that more primey and less one-y. Times leave the second alone. Plus derivative of the second times leave the first alone. Okay, so now let's do these. Oh, I got two derivatives I have to find here. This one here is a function inside a function. So we take the derivative of the outside. I want to think of this like u to the fifth. Then the derivative of that with respect to u would be 5u to the fourth. The derivative of junk to the fifth, d-junk, is 5 junk to the fourth. So this will be 5, leave the inside alone, to the fourth. Times, because I have something inside there, because my junk is not just an x, I have to multiply by the derivative of the inside. The derivative of 2x plus 1 is just 2. And then this guy's just coming along for the ride. Plus, what's that plus? Here, I've got junk to the seventh. The derivative of anything to this, doesn't matter what it looks like. The derivative of anything to the seventh power is 7 times that thing to the sixth times the derivative of the inside. The derivative of 3x minus 2 is just 3. This guy is just coming along for the ride. And then we could do a little cleanup here, maybe multiply these constants together. And then multiply those constants together. Now, later on, when we get to more advanced problems, we might want to factor out a common factor out of this. Like there might be some more algebra we want to do with it. But at this point, the calculus is done. We've now found the derivative. That's a good place to stop.